Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday morning, and we are doing our update via Zoom to make sure that we comply as much as we can with the stay-at-home orders. So I'm Karen Canfield from the Board of Selectmen, and I'm here virtually with Jim Bedreau, who's our town manager. So we'll get right to it. We're going to update you on the current state of our emergency here in Scituate, and there you go, Jim.
So at the current time, we have 43 cases right now in Scituate as of last night. We got 2 more yesterday. Again, as we've talked about, we have the 1 death. It was an elderly person with pre-existing conditions. We are entering the surge period now. The next 10 days are going to be critical to trying to flatten that curve. So we need people to stay home, stay safe, stay apart. If you do go out, you should be wearing a mask and gloves if you're going to be any place that there's going to be other people. The grocery stores, liquor stores, any place you go. If you're out on the golf course walking, not so much necessary, but if you have one, you should wear it anyways at this point. We are urging people to wear some sort of face covering if they're out and about. We're getting a lot of calls from people about people congregating. We know sometimes those parking lots are full. We ask if the parking lot's full where you want to go walk, go someplace else. We have plenty of places. We've opened the golf course to walkers. Maintain your social distancing there. Stay on the paths. We are not allowing pets on the golf course. We're getting the golf course ready to hopefully open sometime this summer, and we don't want pets out there damaging the golf course or pets being involved with the maintenance crew, maybe getting hit by a maintenance crew or getting involved with the maintenance crew. So there's plenty of places to go walk. There's plenty of places to be, but we need you to maintain your social distancing. On a related note, we have set up a dedicated webpage on the town's website for COVID-19. Later on today, you can go to the town's webpage, scituatema.gov. Click on the red banner at the top, and that will take you to a page that is just nothing but COVID-19 information, related links, and places you can go to find out what's going on and what's new. Thanks, Karen, for that. It was Karen's idea. She did a lot of the work, so we'll get that up and running. It'll be up today. The governor announced new restrictions yesterday. For a lot of people, these restrictions have already been in place at like Victory Market and Trader Joe's. The capacity of a supermarket, only 40% of that capacity can be in the store at one time. That includes workers. So you may go to the supermarket and be forced to wait outside until people leave, and then you can go in. Again, Trader Joe's has already done this. Market Basket has already done this, so it's not new. Stores under 25 capacity are exempt from this. But we will try to do that. Victory Village Market will be subject to these rules. So try to plan your trips. You may have to wait outside. I wouldn't go this afternoon because you might get stuck waiting in the rain. But those guidelines are in place. This is to try to, again, slow the spread of the disease and protect the workers in the grocery store. They are frontline employees right now. They are incredibly essential to us all. So not only do we need to keep ourselves safe, we need to keep them safe too. The Board of Selectmen voted to officially change the town election date on Tuesday night. The election will now be June 13th. We'd already discussed that, but the legislation passed that allowed the board to formally make that change. And the moderator has changed the date of town meeting to May 11th. That is also subject to change, but under the law, he can only move that town meeting date out 30 days. We've moved it out to 30 days, and then if necessary, we'll move it again when we get closer. I announced the other night at the Selectmen's meeting that the water department is not going to be turning on water services for people's homes. Summer residents and people looking to get into their summer homes. I know there's been some conversations about that. We are running on a reduced staff in our water department. We are trying to keep the guys healthy and safe, so we don't have everybody working. We are very concerned that if someone gets exposed to the virus and brings it back, we have a very limited number of people who have the correct licenses necessary to run the water plant. If all those people get sick and cannot come in, then we have the real possibility that we can't run the water plant. And if that happens, we're going to talk about water shortages. We're going to talk about having to take water from Cohasset and Norwell. Those are really not ideal situations for us. I'm not a chemist, but they all tell me mixing water supplies is really not a good thing. So I know it's an inconvenience to some people, but we need to make sure that we are delivering our critical core functions, providing water water and fire protection to the residents of Scituate. This is not going to go on forever. We will start doing these services later when this lightens up a little bit. But for right now, especially in this next 10-day surge, we're just not going to risk our water department employees and risk water supply to the entire town of Scituate just to turn on some water supplies. So I understand people don't like it, but it's important, vitally important, that we keep the employees down at that water department working and healthy. And we'll reevaluate it on a weekly basis with the health director, and when we can come turn them back on, we will come out and turn them back on. A couple other updates besides Corona-19, but they are sort of related. We were going to postpone the maritime piling project. You saw a boring rig down there. We were getting ready for that. Multiple conversations with the contractor. He cannot guarantee his supplies and his equipment being delivered in a timely manner because of COVID-19. So he was not going to commit to completing the project by the May 15th deadline. We talked about maybe delaying the opening of the marina for 2 weeks to June 1st, and he cannot commit to getting it done for June 1st. So at this point, we have an agreement with him that we will just postpone the project until the fall after the marina closes, and he will have all winter and the spring to get it done for the opening of the boating season next year. So you'll see that rig will probably be going away, but you won't see any action. We'll put the old setup back in on the floats and go to the pilings for the next boating season. We are expecting a storm this afternoon in the next couple days. Heavy rain today, astronomically high tides over the next several days. They're going to be 12-foot tides, which is very high for us. So people will see minor flooding in all the areas we see it. Cole Parkway, Cedar Point, Bailey's Causeway, Peggotty Beach parking lot, and probably Central Ave will flood from the riverside during the high tide periods. Be aware, be careful. High tide today, I think it's 12:30. Then it's about a half an hour every day. It changes. So that's going to be tomorrow, today, and maybe into the weekend. People just need to be careful. The tide's very high because of that full moon, so we will have some minor flooding. I do have two, what I think are good news, good announcements. One, again, I made Tuesday night with the appointment of Mark Thompson as chief of the department. We had a vacancy in his position as deputy chief. We did the assessment center for the deputy at the same time we did the assessment for the chief. It was a fantastic exercise. The chief has recommended, I have accepted his recommendation, that Lieutenant Allison Steverman fill the position of deputy chief when Mark vacates in June. So we'll be getting that paperwork together. I want to congratulate Lieutenant Steverman on her promotion. I want to congratulate all the officers who took part in the assessment. They did a fantastic job. It's a credit to the department how well these men and women are doing in these assessment centers. So again, congratulations to Lieutenant Steverman, and now we will be looking to fill a vacancy in the lieutenant's position. So we'll be working on that over the next couple of weeks. Finally, believe it or not, Sunday is Easter Sunday. Family and friends will most likely not be gathering. It's going to be a different Easter. But the Scituate Historic Society, Scituate Police and Fire Departments have gotten together, and the Easter Bunny will be making a circuit of the town on Sunday between 10 and 12. The details will be posted on various social media pages. We'll put a link on our website when we have it, including hopefully a route map. We encourage you to come out, sit on your front lawn, wave to the Easter Bunny. But again, if it's not going by your house and you go someplace to see it, maintain that social distancing. Do not gather in large groups. This is not a parade. It's just something that they're trying to do to kind of lift people's spirits and have some sort of normalcy in times that are anything but normal, this pandemic. So keep an eye out, social media, Scituate Monthly, Scituate Moms Group, and the town's web pages. As soon as we get that information, we'll put it up and share it with you. But wave to the Easter Bunny. Stay at least 6 feet away from him and from your neighbors. I hope everybody has a happy and healthy Easter and a happy Passover to those of the Jewish faith that are celebrating it. Stay home, stay safe, stay apart. That's what I have for today.
Thanks so much, Jim. You touched on so many important points, but I just want to highlight the we're inconvenienced by some things like water turnoff and not being able to be shoulder to shoulder on the jetty. But it's what you can do to keep our essential workers safe. So please remember that when you're faced with something that is an inconvenience for you, you're really helping the town and the departments that are keeping our water and sewer and roads open. So thank you to everybody for that. I just want to remind everybody, if you are looking for help, if you can't or shouldn't leave your house, or don't want to go stand in the rain to get your groceries that you really need, you can go to www.sandshelps.org and sign up for assistance. Our town is full of wonderful volunteers who are standing by, who have signed up through this organization. They're being vetted and cleared so that we know who's coming to help you. And you can do that. If you're looking for face masks, you can also go to that same website, and they'll put you together with people that are providing those services. The last thing I want to say is we're almost to the end of the first week of homeschooling, and I want to applaud all the parents out there for their work, for their hard work, and for the kids for adjusting and adapting. You're probably teaching your parents a lot of things right now too. So good luck on your final Friday. I hope everyone enjoys the holiday weekend, and stay safe out there.
Can I just add one thing, Karen? I know we have some people who watch, especially the elderly, who might not have connections to the internet or not feel comfortable going through the internet. So those elderly residents out there, you can still call the Council on Aging, and they will connect you with those services that you need, including finding someone to go to the grocery store and do your grocery shopping for you if you're unable to go or just really not feeling safe to go. They'll do that through SANS, but if you don't have a connection to the internet, you can call the Council on Aging and they'll make those connections for you.
Great point. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.